Hi ladies, in this video we're going to go through 5F, application of matrices. So we use matrices often to, what's the right word, kind of represent different contexts, but represent isn't the word I wanted either. Maybe simulate things, kind of make predictions for the future, stuff like that. So in this example here, we have Sarah in Victoria's store has a special sales promotion. So one free cinema ticket is given with each DVD purchased. Now, girls, if you're wondering what a DVD is, back before the days of Netflix, we used to have our movies or TV shows on DVDs, and we used to put them in to a DVD player, which was kind of like, if you have a PlayStation, kind of look like that. And you put the disc in. I think you could still put discs in PlayStation. Anyway, I'm sure you know what a DVD player is, because when you were little, you would have had DVDs. 2 cinema tickets are given with the purchase of each computer game. Okay, so 1 cinema ticket with a DVD, 2 if you buy a computer game. So Sarah and Victoria's sales of DVDs and games are given in matrix S. Okay, so you can see matrix S here. So the selling price of a DVD and a game together with a number of free tickets is given in matrix P. Now, before we move on to A, let's just have a look at what these matrices are actually telling us, so what the elements are telling us. So remember, matrix S is the sales of DVDs and games. So Sarah, being on the first row, sold 7 DVDs, 4 games. Victoria, 5 DVDs, 6 games. Now, matrix P, the dollar amount. So a DVD costs $20, and each game is $30. And the tickets, 1 free ticket, cinema ticket with a DVD, and 2 free cinema tickets with a computer game. Okay, so you need to be able to interpret what those numbers mean. So question A, use matrix multiplication to obtain a matrix that gives the values of the sales and the number of free tickets issued by each person. And I was just trying to write with my pen upside down. Okay, so, sorry. Sometimes it does that. It doesn't like cooperating. It's like, come on, give me a break. You've been writing on me all day. Just stop. Okay, so we're going to just multiply these. Now remember, and I'm going to get different color, we go row, column, run, dive. Now, I was going to say, you should know that we can multiply these. I was going to go ahead because they're both 2 by 2 matrices, but remember, we should always check whether we can do the multiplication. So our first matrix is a 2 by 2, 2 rows, 2 columns. Our second matrix is also 2 by 2. So remember, get in the habit of writing down their orders, circling those 2 middle numbers. Can it be done? Yes, it's defined. And the order of our product matrix, our answer is going to be a 2 by 2. Order of answer. Okay, so as long as you can identify those 2 things, that is awesome. And I probably didn't leave myself enough space, so I'll write small. So across, down. So 7 times 20. Oh gosh, it should be times. Sorry about that. 7 times 20, and then 4 times 30, so plus 4 times 30. And then we do the first row, second column, so 7 times 1. I don't know whether you can hear. I live right near an airport, and there's always helicopters, so I don't know what's going on. All right, so we've done the first row. You can write the answers as you go if you like, or wait until the end. Then we do the second row, and then we do the first column, second row, second column. All right, so 5 times 20 plus 6 times 30, and then 5 times 1 should be a plus, and then 6 times 2. And I'm just going to write the answers here. So 7 times 20, 140. 4 times 30, 120. Did I do that right? 7 2's, yep, 140, 120, 260. 7 times 1 is 7, 4 times 2 is 8, so 15, and then I can do that, smaller numbers. 5 times 20 is 100, 6 times 30, 180, so 280. And then 5 times 1 is 5, 6 times 2 is 12, so we've got 17. So your final answer, 260, 15, 280, and 17. All right, so just had to restart Word. I don't know whether you actually noticed. Okay, so now we have to do C, which is A times S. So I'm going to write, no, go away. A times S, so it's a 1, 1, 1 matrix. And so it's a row matrix, and then putting in all your numbers. Okay, I'm not going to do all that, okay, because we'll be here forever. But you will know what we're doing. Okay, so from before, you go across the row, go down the column. Okay, so remember we run, dive. Now, before we start doing our multiplication, let's just write the order. So the order of the first one, it's 1 row, 3 columns. The order of the second matrix is 3 rows, 4 columns. Remember, these numbers have to be the same. Good. We can do the multiplication, and our answer matrix is a 1 by 4. So when I draw my brackets for my answer, I've got 1 row, but 4 columns. So I'm going to have to leave a lot of space for the multiplication. Okay, so we're going, first of all, across. So 1 and then down. So 1 times 27 plus 1 times 18 plus 1 times 35. And then I'm getting confused because I'm looking at the matrices in the different order. If I keep there. Okay, so we've done this row by the first matrix, and then you're going to have this, then 1 times this second row, so your dogs, 1 times 9 plus 1 times 15, and you're going to keep going. So remember, you're going to have, it's a 1 by 4 matrix, and I'm sorry I can't fit all the working out in, but you're going to have 4 numbers. Okay, so you're going to do 1 times this column matrix times this, your row matrix times this column, row matrix times this column, row matrix times this column, and so on. So effectively, we've got a 1 by 4 matrix. So I'm going to just be sneaky and get my calculator back up. Now, instead of writing that matrix all again, I'm just going to delete that matrix. Now, remember, order is important. That is why before your column matrix was at the end, but this time our row matrix is at the start. So number of rows is 1 and 3 columns, and it's 1 times 1, 1, 1, 1. And there are your numbers. So we've got 80, 30, let's just go here, 80, 30, 90, and what was the last one? 170, I think, 177. So the matrix we did before in question A, that was showing how many animals each person cited, and this is the number of each animal. So here we've got cats, dogs, foxes, and rabbits, and some very nice handwriting from me. All right, let's move on because oh, good. Can't move on, that's the end. Sorry, ladies, for sometimes waffling on, but hopefully you've got the grasp of multiplying matrices by now, but also what does your product matrix mean? Make sure you can interpret it. All right, bye girls.